a chilly Tuesday afternoon, we welcome you to Hartwell Rogers Field for just the second time in program history. The Babson College Beavers men's soccer team welcomes in the Suffolk University Rams. Tyler Davey with you on the Babson Sports Network. Thank you so much for joining me. 10 games underneath the belts of both of these teams. Babson 6-3-1, undefeated 2-0-1 in NEWMAC play. Suffolk even right down the middle, 5-5, 1-2 in their first season in the CCC. Babson in the home white uniforms, green letters and numbers. Suffolk navy blue at the gold trim. Thumped ahead, this is Jack Dugan. Shamar Rainford taking a spot, the left back position. One thing with John Anderson teams, formation so fluid and players just interchangeable in so many different areas. Good feet up ahead for Elias Pereira. His pass was wayward. Ben Kaywood will take advantage there. Itai Rubin gets the start in net as he has all season, 6-3-1. He's third in the NEWMAC in saves and goals against, .58, and fourth in save percentage at .850. Senior netminder, but his first year in between the sticks with plenty of experience. He'll be opposed by another senior, Alfredo Serrano Figueroa, who gets his first touch. It's been a revolving door of goalies for Suffolk. Four keepers have seen time. Xander Balog, the first year, been the most prominent in net. This is Serrano Figueroa's fourth appearance of the year. He comes in 2-1, 1.02 goals against, 700 save percentage, with shutout victories against LaSalle and Leslie. Babson looking to return to the win column for the first time since September 25th. Since then, a draw and a loss on this field. Both games have gone the distance into double overtime. It was a heartbreaking loss to the number 4 team in the country, the Tufts University Jumbos. They gave up the winner in the 107th minute. They had to dig in. They stood firm defensively. They were under siege for a while in that game, Tufts, with plenty of the possession. Babson was 3 minutes away from sealing the deal and getting an impressive draw against a nationally ranked opponent in the top 5. So it looks like a normal back 4 here with Rainford, the left back. The two center backs are Hanlon as well as Kaywood, R.J. Perilla, in his right back position. We've seen a back 3 employed sometimes from John Anderson. Rainford connects with Samuel Kalishman. Good one touch out of the feet. Robert Dunn springs his momentum. Robert Dunn has support. He now finds Noah LaBelle making his first start of the season. Well, when the team sheet came out, it seemed like Rodrigo Medito would be the first choice at left back, also making his first start of the year. First start of his career as well, but playing a more central role. Left a little bit short by Jack Dugan. Dugan has been a mainstay, has a team-high 18 shots, loves to be a part of the action. Originally committed to James Madison out of high school. He's found a home here in Babson Park. Suffolk, on the other hand, obviously 500. It's been up and down. Coming off a loss 2-1 against West New England October the 2nd. Right now, West New England leading the way in the CCC, along with Salve Regina. But Suffolk, their previous home was the GNAC. About 5 minutes in here. Babs on the break. Medito self-pass. Rodrigo Medito, navy blue numbers, flooding backward. Tries to connect with Jack Dugan. That's tackled out of there. Good break up the field by Medito, looking comfortable. Junior from Coral Gables, Florida. Jennifer Kalishman. Getting in the way was Taj Jensen, the first year from Providence, Rhode Island. Well, the first 5 games of the year, really the time trying to get comfortable. The second 5 games when you start building an identity. Now 11 games into the season for both these teams. They are what they are. Babson, a team predicated on stout defense and timely offense. Rainford waited for the cross and went by a couple, and Jensen in the way. This is Jack Phelps. Phelps closed down by Ben Kaywood, who was up after the set piece. Out to turn, Nigel Leo, transfer from Belmont. He played 57 career matches, 2 goals and 5 assists, having a tremendous start here to 2021 with 5 goals. Rainford, another transfer to his credit from UMass. Di Pajetsky was diving in. This will be a Suffolk throw. Pajetsky from Saipan in the Northern Mariana Islands. Ben Kaywood let it run, had some work to do as Brady Sorensen was closing it down. Sorensen with 4 goals on his tab. Limited reinforcements, squid pass right to Liam Hanlon, who has now started all 52 games of his career. Nigel Leo, little dummy. Hanlon was keen to that. He bumped into Sorensen. Sorensen went down. Suffolk was clamoring for a call. We play on. Suffolk averaging and allowing just under 2 goals per game. Had some lively contests, can score in bunches, but also sometimes susceptible at the back for Babson. Steady Eddies defensively, 0.6 goals allowed per game. One of the best defensive clips in the country. Samuel Kalishman, intention run through midfield. It's closed off. There was 4 Rams converging on the ball. Taj Jensen, pocket was picked. Giancarlo Arguello on the spot. He was the hero against Wheaton. Scored the lone goal as the Babson opened conference play with a win against the Lions. Jack Dugan continues, cross in, belongs to Serrano Figueroa. Babson growing into their game here. Little shove in the back. Whistle goes on Ben Kaywood. Beavers' last win, clean sheet, 2-0 against Emerson on the road. They controlled majority of play against Clark on Saturday. Weren't able to find the back of the net, and then Itai Rubin came up as the savior, stopping an 87th minute penalty. Babson was able to hold on, take a draw out of that one. Now 17 games unbeaten in NUMAC play dating back to 2018. Good step in from Rainford, now allowed to use his pace. This is Robert Dunn. Dunn steaming down this left wing, still Dunn. Clips it in for LaBelle. Rainford positioning himself forward. Low ball was in, a little bit of a shank went off the body of Pereira. And the second effort was cleared by Pajetsky. Some more doubleheader action today here at Babson. Nationally ranked field hockey team will take on WPI later after this one. Long throw from Dunn. Bell was able to get his head to it. Squibbed clearance still falls here for Babson. Eventually clipped out by Edward Abuzed. Well, aerial dominance is really a theme of this Babson backline. Consistently winning first and second balls. Good shimmy by Shamar Rainford. Rainford, a very strong player and creative as well. Kalishman did enough. In for Medito. Dito out of his feet. Dunn was camped out. The offside flag is up on this near side for Robert Dunn. 39th career game for Dunn, has now started the last 8. Consistently taking a more forward role. Just the second meeting between these two. Babson won the inaugural matchup all the way back in 2006 in the ECAC quarterfinals. It was a 4-1 win for the Beavers. Taj Jensen, the one touch it out. Dugan, a little bit awkward, had to take an extra touch as Tommy Handelsman chases down. 6 versus 6. And Dugan had to thwart out the pressure. Done at the center stripe. Change of play for Liam Hanlon. Former Conference Rookie of the Year in 2018. Mishits the pass intended for Rainford. Those two trying to get back on the same page. This was a date set up by the new Suffolk head coach, Bill Maddock. He was hired in January of 2020, his first full season at the helm. The canceled 2020 season. Was an assistant right here at Babson in 2019. As the Beavers had a very successful run, going 14-6-2. Making it back to the NCAA tournament for the 28th time in program history. Babson going long. Elias Pereira there. Maddock trying to set the foundation for this program. They've juggled the starting 11. There's a decent crop of transfers in the mix, a lot of newcomers as well. There's only 2 players that have started all 10 matches. They're Jack Phelps and Dai Pajetsky. Pajetsky angles this one out. Center back to center back feed for Trevor Murdoch. No Mitchell Collins in the starting 11 for Babson. And big news, Eamon Keenan is dressed. Not 100% fit to be in the starting lineup, but this would be a great return for him after missing the last 3 matches, one of the staples of the Beavers' back line. Rainford has got a good workout from this left back role. Over for Kalishman, dropping a little bit deeper. Kalishman scored first 2 goals of his career against Western New England. It was a 2-1 win. Beavers taking down one of the top teams from the Commonwealth Coast Conference, team which Suffolk just saw on Saturday. Sorensen, 1 touch. This is Nigel Leo, had a 3-game goal streak the first week of September. Dangerous ball ahead. Itai Rubin comes out for it. Rubin has had 13 saves in the last 2 matches, including a career high. A 0-0 draw against Clark. Currently the Beavers and MIT tied at the top of the NEWMAC at 2-0-1. Behind them, Coast Guard and Wheaton. Both those 2 teams 2-1. Suffolk electing with more Route 1 balls forward. Itai Rubin there to sweep things up for Babson once again. Beavers return to conference play as Saturday on the road, New London against Coast Guard. Bears have had a good start in NEWMAC play. Another non-conference game coming up a couple weeks from now against Eastern Connecticut State here on this field. R.J. Perilla, plenty of real estate to roam on this right side. To hammer it up ahead, both teams trying to bypass the midfield and stretch the game a little bit. LaBelle did well. Bell had missed 5 matches but returned to action last game. Medito into the box. A cutback ball was looking for anyone to bite it. And was Trevor Murdoch tracking back defensively. Medito able to get the cross in on the second effort. Hammered well away from the Rams. Arguello under duress. The foul goes against Nigel Leo, who made good contact on the senior Arguello from Key Biscayne, Florida. Little talking to from the referee to Leo. Under 30 to play here in half number one. No shots either way. Both teams just probing, trying to grow into their style of play. Hanlon and Rainford both forward. Arguello's searching ball, only finding Suffolk players. No reprieve just yet. Babson settling back into possession. Dugan had an unlimited battery. That match against Tufts, the work rate was superb as the Beavers just 3 minutes away from holding the Jumbo scoreless to a draw. The Tufts able to steal the game in the 107th minute. That was a second overtime period that Babson came out playing well. Had a couple of shots. They weren't hemmed back defensively. Jack Phelps inside for Sorensen. Double team came, and this one is out for a goal kick. Sorensen has now started the last 8 matches and comes in with a 2-game goal streak, including a game-winning goal against Leslie. Scored the lone goal against Western New England. Ball for Dunn to chase down. He run out of room, able to keep it in. Dunn waiting, puts the cross in. Limited reinforcements there from the Babson perspective. Kalishman nods wide. Late rain starting to fall here, which has really been a theme for Babson home games. Game last Tuesday against Tufts was a complete wash. Season opener, well as Dean, was monsoon conditions. It was steady rain all throughout the day yesterday. Patches of it today. Cooler temperatures starting to feel a little bit more like fall here in Babson Park. Kalishman trying to reload the attack. Parilla had it flicked off, out for a throw-in. Beavers starting to advance down the field. Parilla's long throw into the box. LaBelle gets his head to it and flicks it towards the softball field. Goal kick, Suffolk. First touch gave it away. Robert Dunn on the 1-2 with Arguello. Dunn gets the shot on a curler into the awaiting arms of Alfredo Serrano Figueroa. Also got a touch off the head of Trevor Murdoch. First shot of the game for either side, 20 minutes into action. Leo for Sorensen. Leo making a sparking run down the left side. R.J. Parilla's clearance is out for a Suffolk corner. First corner kick of the game. Leo goes short. for Taj Jensen. Plays the 1-2. Leo had to be sharp. Jensen cross in. Kaywood rises high. The tallest player in the box at 6'3". Chance on the counter here. Robert Dunn. Little stop and start. A heavy touch gave it away into a combination of Jack Phelps and Elias Pereira. Good poise on the ball from Hanlon. Eamon Keenan getting ready to re-enter for the first time in 3 matches as LaBelle chested it down offside. Pretty uneventful start to action here from Hartwell Rogers as rain starts to come down. Kaywood just brimming with confidence on this back line. He's really grown into his game. Build-up play just hasn't been there for either side here in the opening 21 minutes. Shamar Rainford getting plenty of the ball on this left wing. Left a little short. Arguello, they come to him, and Nigel Leo not allowing that opportunity.
Entering for Babson, number 8, Eamon Keenan.
Keenan comes out, immediately barking instructions. There'll be a change of formation. It's like a diamond in the midfield. This will bring Liam Hanlon a little bit further up the pitch. Keenan, a mainstay in the starting 11, has not played the game against Williams. Nigel Leo, the Belmont transfer. For all his success to start the year, currently on a 4-game scoring drought. Taj Jensen, hard work, gets it to Sorensen. Sorensen tried to poke it, and Keenan got the ball cleanly right into the action. Goes Eamon Keenan. Arguello on the second effort, able to bite it away from Edward Abuzed. Jack Dugan indirect going for Kalishman. Be out for a Babson throw about as far down the field as you can get. Beavers have not allowed more than 1 goal in 13 of the last 15 matches. Taking defensive stranglehold in games. The offense only mustering just over 1 goal per match. The defense is stout as the Beavers have on their back line. Sometimes all it takes is 1. They've yet to score more than 2 goals in a game this season. He'll trip up, foul on Suffolk. Halfway home here in this first. Babson with more of the possession. The chances that have been few and far between have fallen to the Beavers. Really not much of note. Kaywood to Rainford. Rainford able to dip by 1. Now taking on a second. This is Pereira down the wing. Shamar Rainford trying to bully his way through. It's out for a corner kick. First of the game for the Beavers. Be taken by Robert Dunn in swinger. That'll go high. Kalishman left alone. Kalishman through the mixer. Was going for that top corner. There was some room. Set out for a goal kick, but best chance of the game so far for the Beavers. On the foot is Samuel Kalishman. Kalishman. And Eamon Keenan. R.J. Perilla's been a mainstay in this back line. He'll be on the right side, either as a wingback or one of three center backs, whatever John Anderson wants to play. Anderson has seen it all, done it all in season number 36. Inducted to the Babson Hall of Fame back in 2013. The legend at this program and at this university. Just the one change so far in this game. Belongs to Babson. Keenan in for Rodrigo Medito. Jack Dugan works hard to win the ball. Hanlon sprays it out. Change of play for Rainford. Rainford cross in. Dangerous ball. Sliding his way through. Intended for it was Noah LaBelle. Thankful to grab it at the top of his 6-yard box is Alfredo Serrano Figueroa. Good vision, never a bad idea that time by Shamar Rainford. Rainford has now started the last 4 matches with a defensive posture in this one. Beavers readying a couple more changes. Looks like it'll be Joseph Carteropoli and Lorenzo Mancini set to join the action. Nigel Leo through a tight corridor. Get it right back. Leo. It's where he wants to be, running at defenders from about 25 yards out. Abu Zed closed down. Instincts there from Rainford. The shot goes high over the crossbar from Taj Jensen.
Entering for Babson, number 4, Lorenzo Mancini, and number 3, Joseph Carteropoli.
So there's the 2 changes. Giancarlo Arguello and Noah LaBelle will step aside. Mancini will drop into midfield with Carteropoli now leading the forward line. Mancini. First touch is brilliant. Carteropoli. Strength to stay with it. Jack Dugan. Dugan has Perilla making the overlapping run. Some steam on that cross, but a little bit too much air underneath it. Out harmlessly for a goal kick.
For Babson, number 12, Liam Radigan, and number 31, Patrick Damaso.
Patrick Damaso and Liam Radigan now. Radigan had a very bright start to the season. Made his return to action against Clark after being sidelined for 5 games. Had the game-winning goal and an assist in the opening win against the Dean Bulldogs. Powerful run by Jack Phelps. Touched on for Brady Sorensen. Rainford trying to track back. Sorensen gets the cross in onto the top of the net as Itai Rubin applauds Shamar Rainford. They'll say he got a touch. That was Suffolk corner, the Rams' second. Second corner for Suffolk, taken by Nigel Leo. Outswinger dangerously, who else but Ben Kaywood. Coming in for the volley was Trevor Murdoch. That would have been world class. And then Elias Pereira thumped it into the air. Tommy Handelsman a strong run, and Kaywood there to sweep things out at the top of the 6. Ben Kaywood has been put in a couple of different roles, but excelling his normal center back position. He has really stood out, especially in the absence of Eamon Keenan. Suffolk building up. Rubin makes the save. Juicy rebound. Cleared out of harm's way by Rainford. Suffolk starting to buzz. It's broken down now. Liam Radigan trying to beat Pereira pace for pace. Most sustained possession of the game so far for Suffolk. One of their better chances as well as we head to the final 15 minutes here of half number one. Patrick DeMasso for Jack Dugan. Dugan trying to speed by, gets the cross in for Radigan. It's posted on the doorstep. That was a blistering run from Dugan. The service was perfect as well. Radigan just touches it over. Point-blank opportunity for Babson to open the scoring. Suffolk now readying a handful of substitutions. Stuck with their starting 11 through the opening 30 minutes. Rainford for Radigan. Radigan's cross in, headed up in the air by Pajetsky, half clearance. Renzo Mancini, everyone shouts man on. Radigan, get another bite at it. Hounding Elias Pereira. In the end, able to do enough. It's out for a throw, and we'll get the changes for Suffolk. Dominic Rinaldi and David Bozen. Two newest Rams into the action, and Lyndon Way will take his part. Replace Shamar Rainford, who really had his influence defensively. Jack Dugan, here's Carteropoli into the box. Heavy touch, Trevor Murdoch was there in recovery. Jensen waited for it. Patrick DeMasso takes over. DeMasso first time ball in. Radigan bravely went in. That's Serrano Figueroa.
Number 2, Dominic Rinaldi. Number 7, David Bowes. And in for Babson, number 36, Lyndon Way.
There's been no apprehensiveness for Liam Radigan in his return to action. Patrick DeMasso, filling this right back role, has now played in 5 of the last 6. First touch for Lyndon Way. Misplay from Dominic Rinaldi. Here's Radigan into the box. Had to be sure Pajetsky as he went to ground. Referee right on the call to wave away any penalty shouts for the Beavers.
Entering for Suffolk, number 22, Edison Dorian, and number 36, Pierre Willis. And in for Babson, number 30,
Pierre Willis,
Thompson.
as well as Edson Dorian, two new Rams into the game. And Matthew Thompson, the energetic first-year player, will join into the midfield fold. Mancini takes over, tried to take the shot on. Pajetsky body in the way. Liam Radigan won the first ball. He has been very lively coming into this game as we approach the final 10 minutes of this first half. Handball shout from Suffolk. This tag for the Beavers comes to naught. Lyndon Way providing some height on this back, 6'3". Hanlon getting a little bit forward. Scramble at the top of the box. Eventually coming to daylight is Jack Phelps with it. Phelps, one of two players who has started all 11 matches. Scored on the season opener a 4-0 win against Mass Maritime. Well, Beavers have yet to score past two matches. Looks like another low-scoring affair here from Hartwell Rogers Field. Nigel Leo trying to get the better of Lorenzo Mancini. Leo low cross in. Kaywood right there. Good defensive position. Carteropoli makes the block and he's off to the races. Joseph Carteropoli had to slow down. That gave Trevor Murdoch just enough time to atone for his mistake. Chains of play. Wing back to wing back. Lyndon Way over to Patrick Damaso. That's also freshman to freshman. Matthias Gutierrez went to ground. Gutierrez making his Babson debut here. Freshman from Coral Gables and the brother of Maite Gutierrez. The senior leaders, Babson women's soccer team, who's had a pretty good stretch. We approach the final 8 minutes of the opening 45. Nothing so far to split Babson and Suffolk. Lorenzo Mancini getting back. Mancini, bit of a heavy touch. Was able to keep hold of it. Mancini, bulldozer in the midfield. Still Nigel Leo, one of the focal points. Sprayed out wide. Eamon Keenan heads back to the safety of Itai Rubin. Matthew Thompson, never afraid to shoot, tied for second on the team with 16 shots. And had 5 in his collegiate debut against Dean. Keenan's searching ball out wide was intercepted. Mancini once again cleaning up in the midfield. Beavers trying to keep up their dominance in the month of October. 13-2-2 in this month, dating back to 2018. And 8-1-2 in their last 11 at home. Midfield for Phelps. This is better from the Rams as Declan Mee gets a touch. Mee, a graduate student, career game number 55 for him. One of 2 grad students on the team, along with Nigel Leo.
Entering for Suffolk, number 19, Martin Chimailuski.
Martin Chimailuski, sophomore from Miami, enters the game. Suffolk looking for one big chance before the end of the half. Could really change the narrative and the feel of this opening 45. Liam Radigan takes it inside, momentarily lost his footing. Huge run being made by Lyndon Way, one of the first flurries forward we've seen from the first year. Hanlon coming back. Interestingly, seen him in the midfield here once even Keenan came back. Ben Kaywood has been the pillar of the back line. But mixing things up, getting different looks. Not foreign ground for John Anderson, who employs players in many different roles. One out for a corner kick, second for Babson. We're under 5 minutes to go in half number one. Referee tidying things up. It's Matthew Thompson to take this one. Outswinger from the far wing. And cross in. Hanlon gets the foot to it. Jumbled around in the box. Could have fallen for Eamon Keenan. Directly back in. Kaywood, a high boot. Dangerously in the way. The whistle will break down this offensive chance for the Beavers. There was a brief moment of uncertainty. That went into the box as Hanlon got the first touch. Anything can happen with so much congestion, especially within 12 yards away from Alfredo Serrano Figueroa. Up for Carteropoli. Good pause on it, but he let down Matthew Thompson with the pass. Plenty of real estate for Linden Way. Going forward. Tyus Gutierrez gets the head to it. Here's Hanlon's shot, always rising. Farthest up the field, we've seen Liam Hanlon from open play. Babson's starting to pile up some opportunities in the late stages here of the first. Shots are 6-2 in favor of Babson, 2 on goal. 2 saves for Alfredo Serrano Figueroa and 1 for his counterpart Itai Rubin. Mancini directing traffic. He's been in and around the action since coming on about midway into this second half. Half that now has just 2 minutes remaining in it. Alexander Higinian comes in to replace Declan Mee. Like for like change. Higinian take the spot at the left back role.
Entering for Suffolk, number 5, Alexander Higinian.
Ben Kaywood under a little bit of a pseudo press from Suffolk. Matthew Thompson, first-time ball over the top, was just a bit overcooked. Under no pressure, it belongs to Serrano Figueroa. First ball, one from Suffolk out of the air, and they get to the second as well. Nigel Leo had a 4-year career at Belmont. The extra COVID year, now a grad student. And it's always an inherited advantage for some of these schools that do have grad programs. Allows teams to, one, retain talent, but also be active in the transfer market. Allowed to run for Linden Way in the final 30 seconds of the half. Way chips it to the back post, not much there. Out for a throw. Everyone forward for the Beavers in the final 15. Radigan wins the header. Second ball for Keenan, but right up in the air, not out of danger yet. Keenan turns, and while tumbling was looking for that top corner. Well, chances start to pick up towards the end of the half for Babson, but nothing to speak of in the goal-scoring department through 45, 0-0. Halfway home at Hartwell Rogers Field, Babson has had a lot of success and left a lot of games late with second-half goals. Stick with us here on the Babson Sports Network. A new keeper for Suffolk for this second 45. It's Tom Bennett. Bennett, his third appearance of the year, comes in 1-1. It's been a revolving door of goalkeepers. 4 have in-game experience, but 3 have really sheared the way. We have not seen Xander Baylog, who has been the true number 1. Early free kick for the Beavers, just 30 seconds into the half. Babson has been tied at the half in 8 of their previous 10 games this season. They go short with it, one and done. Back to Jack Dugan, the last layer of defense. Dugan, ball in, rising emphatically to it was Trevor Murdoch. Samuel Kalishman. In Suffolk, enough layers to deal with it with 9 behind the ball. Prilla trying to get body position. It was handled well by Tommy Handelsman the first year. Had his first career assist last match, assisting the lone goal in the 2-1 loss against Western New England. One-touch passing. Bill Maddock in season number 1, formerly an assistant here at Babson for 1 season. 3 years as a head coach at Newbury College, his alma mater, where he graduated in 2009. Served double duty with the men's and women's teams at Fisher College for 5 seasons, from 2011 to 2016. And also familiarity, one of his assistants, John Del Val, the goalkeepers coach for the women's soccer team here at Babson. But plenty of links between these two programs. Only just the second meeting of all time between them. Eamon Keenan stays in there. LaBelle heads out for Parilla. Jack Dugan is always near the play. Forces a Babson throw. Arguello puts the ball in. Babson sort of pick up some chances at the latter stages of half number 1. They outshot Suffolk 7-2. Shamar Rainford was lively. His debut as a left back. Heads rise in a collision between Kaywood and Brady Sorensen. It's Sorensen left grabbing the back of his head. Sorensen checking for blood momentarily. Nothing wrong with that from Kaywood's perspective, a 50-50 ball. 2 players standing at 6'3" with great aerial ability. Sorensen scored in the first 2 matches of the season that he played in against LaSalle and Emmanuel. He's found the back of the net in the last 2. A streaky player in his first season. Sophomore from Plymouth. Robert Dunn able to dig it out of harm's way. There's Taj Jensen filing back. Shamar Rainford cuts by a couple. Has assistance from Kalishman. Change of play. Good first touch, Perilla. Jack Dugan puts it into the back post. It was Rainford queuing up. Rainford taking a more forward posture. Thing that's so imperative with this Babson team, players filling in at different roles. The offside flag up on this near side. Noah LaBelle came back from an offside position. But players have the allowance to go forward, knowing they have competent players to support them behind. Sweeping back was Robert Dunn. Rainford, regardless of where he's playing, will always have that creativity on the ball. And drew in a foul from Brady Sorensen. Rainford, just a sophomore, UMass transfer. He played 5 games with 1 start during the abbreviated spring season with the Minutemen. Kalishman, good ball down the wing for Perilla to chase. Perilla's pass was looking for Hanlon, who was stepping forward. Taj Jensen making himself known here at the start of half number 2. Hanlon, the center back pillar, staying in the midfield for now. It's an embarrassment of riches with Keenan back healthy and Kaywood really standing out. Allows John Anderson to shuffle the deck a little bit. It's allowed Hanlon to join defensive midfield with Giancarlo Arguello. Sorensen won the header. Cuts through a couple. Sorensen still running, takes it to the byline. Sorensen's cross. Kaywood able to deal with the danger, but the numbers against him. A powerful run from Brady Sorensen turns Suffolk their 3rd corner. Will be taken by Taj Jensen. So everyone stands and waits at the top of the 18 for Suffolk. Everyone disperses with the right foot. Played high, that's right off the training ground for the Rams. Clipped in to no man's land by Jack Phelps. th game of the season for both of these teams. Babson, the stout defense, has been on display. It's the DNA of this team. They're just looking for that timely scoring. Beavers have yet to score more than 2 goals in a match this season. And have scored 2 in 4 of their 6 wins. Phelps down the wing. Blistering run by Pereira. Cuts inside of Shamar Rainford. Rainford disrupted him just enough. Handball here. The arm was extended by Robert Dunn. It was a very quiet, uneventful first half for the majority of it. Teams had spurts in possession, nothing really of note. Thumped long. Eamon Keenan gets the head to it on the turn. Coming down with it, it was Dorian. The freshman's effort goes well wide. Itai Rubin elected to keep it in as the Beavers build from the back. Noah LaBelle was dispossessed. First start for him. Keenan shoving around. Was brought down by Sorensen. Little tussle between the two. The foul went against the Beavers center back. Captain Trevor Murdoch coming over for this one. His second full season with Suffolk. Endicott transfer, played 7 games with the Gulls back in 2018. Power to this one. Keenan able to head it to the corner.
Entering for Suffolk, number 34, Farrah Lamb.
First change of the second half. Suffolk Farrah Lamb in. Take the spot of Edson Dorian. Farrah Lamb, a senior from Hong Kong. Just his 4th appearance of the season. Mishit clearance by Hanlon. Beavers winning their share of headers. Jack Dugan got a poke to it. And it's out for a Suffolk throw. Bravely went in for that 50-50. Hanlon stepping up. Charges onto this one. Now wide for Robert Dunn. Out comes Pajetsky. He's the first man to the ball to clear it out. Shamar Rainford up in the air. Dugan, to his credit, and we saw it a lot in the Tufts game, even at 5'8", he puts his nose in, is able to get to a lot of those headers and win them. Running out of room was Tommy Handelsman. His high school MVP and Defensive Player of the Year last season at Woodbury Forest School in Virginia. It's a Suffolk team that has 17 first-year players. So much youth brought into this team. Only 7 players that were on the 2019 roster have returned here in 2021. Bill Maddock in his first year. A lot of holes to fill, and the foundation is set at this program in their first year in the Commonwealth Coast Conference. Shamar Rainford, Kalishman. They wriggle some room in the midfield. He overran the ball. Back in the Rams' possession. Co-captain Declan Mee. The leadership and the experience so necessary, trying to shepherd along all of these new players. That's 17 freshmen, but also 7 sophomores. Getting their first experience here in 2021. LaBelle full charge, but it's the captain, Trevor Murdoch. Suffolk's trying to stretch things out. Shamar Rainford, the recovery speed to deny Elias Pereira, the junior from Chelmsford. Been a more positive start to this second half for Suffolk. Babson only 1 win in their last 4. Flicked on, second ball. Right place, right time was Liam Hanlon. Common theme for him in the second effort, able to swipe it away. On the break, he's able to get to Jack Dugan. Dugan 6 versus 6, gets the step on. His cross went to the near post, and Tom Bennett is able to hold it there. Hanlon out for Perilla. 4-3-3 look for the Beavers. Sure we'll have a change of formation here as wholesale changes to be made by the Beavers. Medito, Radigan, Carteropoli, and Mancini all back in.
Number 27, Rodrigo Medito. Number 3, Joseph Carteropoli. And number 4, Lorenzo Mancini.
Radigan had such a promising start to this season. Goal and an assist in the season opener. Has the ball here. Radigan's low cross in. Got by the first layer. Kalishman on the turn. Murdoch on his backside. Was able to block it away from Tom Bennett. R.J. Perilla will take a breather. Patrick DeMasso takes his spot for the second time of the game.
Entering for Babson, number 31, Patrick DeMasso.
Lorenzo Mancini into the feet. It was juggled by Liam Radigan. Radigan was a focal point when coming in. A very dangerous player. 3v3 here, chipped over the top. Sorensen all alone. Rubin out. Sorensen gets it by him, but clipped wide of the post. Best chance of the game on the break for Suffolk. Past two games, both been at this field, and both have been pushed to double overtime. 107 minutes. And finally, the resistance was broken. The number 4 team in the country, the Tufts University Jumbos, able to find the winner, and then a scoreless draw on Saturday in the conference against Clark. Carteropoli, low cross in, one and done, is Dai Pajetsky in the right way. Handelsman, first ball forward. Kaywood looking around. It's Sorensen stepping in, almost was able to pick up the space. And Itai Rubin, the sweeper keeper, saves the day for the Beavers. Good build up. Medito able to get to it. Medito cross into the post. It found its intended target, Carteropoli. On the half volley, bounded over the crossbar. Eamon Keenan, his ability as well as his leadership back in the fold now for Babson. Such a vocal leader from the back. Medito did well to earn the throw for the Beavers. Lorenzo Mancini assessing his options. For Carteropoli, now it's Kalishman. Kalishman on the left foot, deflected shot. Radigan coming in. On the edge of his net, Tom Bennett is there for the catch. Lyndon Way getting ready. Saw him take the spot of Shamar Rainford in the first half. Well, the referee didn't whistle a foul, and that was grabbed with the hand. Ball is won here, and it comes to nothing. Farrah Lamb, multiple players barking for it. Suffolk looking to be a little bit more direct. Suffolk readying 3 changes themselves. Rodrigo Medito. Carteropoli wide open. Top of the D. Still holding. Takes the shot. Buzzed over the crossbar. Reinforcements piling in now for Suffolk.
Entering for Suffolk, number 5, Alexander Higinian, number 2, Dominic Rinaldi, and number 7, David Bowes.
David Bowes, Alex Higinian into the game. You also see Dominic Rinaldi as well. Lorenzo Mancini, physical midfielder, able to win it over to Liam Hanlon. And then bump forward. The right purchase for Liam Radigan. Radigan square ball. Medito, good strength on the ball, shoving off the challenge of Alexander Higinian. Medito's ball in, flicked out. Lyndon Way, the next option. Carteropoli only to Farrah Lamb.
Back in for Babson, number 32, Matthew Thompson.
Matthew Thompson once again.
Okay.
Now Rodrigo Medito. Suffolk throw. About halfway home here in half number 2. No scoring, nothing to split the Beavers and the Rams. Just the second meeting of all time and the first since 2006, back in the ECAC quarterfinals. So Babson offensive barrage back then, a 4-1 win. Quite the opposite here this afternoon. Liam Hanlon. Patrick DeMasso played in the season opener. He's now earned his way back 5 of the last 6 games he's appeared in. Dito heavy cross to the back post. Lyndon Way is Beavers really committing forward. Spagetsky just has to nod out for a corner. Three corners for both sides. Matthew Thompson will take this one. Thompson on the right foot, an in-swinger. Lyndon Way was powering for it. Radigan bumped down to Keenan, puts it back into the mixer. Tom Bennett under no duress, able to gobble it up. Foul here on Suffolk and David Bowes. He knocked down Lyndon Way. Hanlon just hung up there. Allowed Pajetsky to win the header. Bowes is offside. He knew it. Couldn't continue the run. Itai Rubin. Heroic save in the 87th minute on a penalty against Clark on Saturday. Career high 8 saves for him. Patch to Masso. Missed the headed effort of Liam Radigan. Both teams have a couple guys tumble forward and hope that a long ball can unlock the defense. Who's going to put their imprint on this one? John Anderson calling out to his defensive unit. 5th among active Division III coaches and 19th all-time. 422 career wins. Header is won. Out of harm's way by Keenan. Things still on for the Rams with a cross. Way too much juice on it. Will go out for a goal kick as we're under 20 minutes to play in regulation. Haven't seen Mitchell Collins or Ross Shello in this one. Bill Maddock returning here to Babson Park, where he spent one season as an assistant coach in 2019. Beavers won 14 games, their most since 2014. Won the NEWMAC postseason championship with a double overtime victory against WPI. Radigan cuts in, takes the shot, and seen all the way by Tom Bennett. Tom Bennett waiting for anyone to close him down. Beavers have only allowed one goal at home this year, but on the flip side, not been able to score on this field in the last 2 matches. 3-1-1 here at Hartwell Rogers. Those 2 blemishes the last 2 games. Tommaso able to win it, take it to daylight as well. Lyndon Way, good skill on the ball. Trying to feed Liam Radigan, posting up against Dai Pajetsky. Eamon Keenan spreading it around the back line. Matthew Thompson allowed to turn and play it out wide for Medito. Medito able to get the cross in. Everyone rises. It's Dominic Rinaldi. And on the second effort, away by Suffolk. Beavers looking for that one moment. They've had 2 1-0 victories this season against Brandeis and Wheaton. Lorenzo Mancini. A turn of the shoulder. Now Medito, a lot of the looks are coming from out wide. Medito with to work his way into the box. Medito thundering cross and headed home. But the flag is up on this near side. Lorenzo Mancini got his head to it and thought he had the breakthrough. The linesman had other ideas. We remain scoreless with 16 minutes left. Radigan, good build up. DeMasso trying to chase it down. First one to it is Higinian. Headed through. Babson starting to get the ball into high leverage situations much more often. Keenan, intention run. DeMasso to the byline. Got by the first layer. DeMasso clips it outside of the boot. Just fell beyond Matthew Thompson. It was Carteropoli who influenced it. And the whistle will go against Keenan, who had his arm around David Bowes. Suffolk readying 3 more changes. So we head to the final quarter of an hour. Ben Kaywood hasn't had as much defensive responsibility in this second half. Babson starting to take the game now to Suffolk. Liam Radigan tried the curler. Blocked away at the last moment by Pajetsky on the dive. Clipped up ahead for David Bowes. Bowes, sophomore from Bristol, Connecticut. Taj Jensen. Beavers able to flood numbers back in time. It's been a couple opportunities on the counterattack in this second half where Suffolk has looked the most dangerous. The Guinean couldn't connect with Bowes. Babson trying to return the favor. Radigan over the top. And a misplay there. It went off the skull of Tom Bennett. Off of Trevor Murdoch's clearance. Could have been disastrous for Suffolk. Both teams will make some changes. Clock will stop with 13:05 left as the referee goes to 10 to Trevor Murdoch. Murdoch, co-captain, being helped off the field, not putting much pressure on his left leg. 13:12 to go here from Hartwell Rogers Field, scoreless between Babson and Suffolk. Shamar Rainford back into the game for Babson. Will occupy this right back role now. Has been on both wings.
Entering for Suffolk, number 4, Elias Pereira, number 6, Tommy Hangelsman, and number 15, Brady Sorensen.
Brady Sorensen now forced to play on this back line with the absence of Trevor Murdoch, who was helped off the field. Obviously hope the best for the Suffolk co-captain. Key piece of the Rams defensive unit. Liam Hanlon left it short. Lyndon Way had to retreat for it. Rodrigo Medito Samuel Kalishman's second layer bumped off a challenge. Kalishman low ball in on the left foot. Didn't get past the first marker, which was Jack Phelps. Rodrigo Medito across the back post, goes off of everyone. A probing ball. A lot of the attacking volume for Babson in the second half has come down this left wing. Rodrigo Medito has had plenty of bites. Lorenzo Mancini bullying his way through the midfield once again. Noah LaBelle lost his footing. Breaks down this offensive look for the Beavers with 11:10 to go in regulation. Shamar Rainford has not looked out of place. His first opportunity on this back line. Lorenzo Mancini from distance. Didn't have the dip.
Entering for Suffolk, number 36, Pierre Willis.
Shots are 15-3 in favor of Babson, 8-1 in the second half. All for nothing so far as we remain scoreless. Final 10 minutes of regulation. Punched ahead. Keenan plays back to Itai Rubin. Babson's had command of the possession and the opportunities in the second half. They haven't found that golden moment. Thought they had it through Lorenzo Mancini, but he was offside. Jack Dugan was bundled. Back to his feet and right back on the ball. Shamar Rainford takes it inside. Samuel Kalishman. Kalishman down the wing. Medito, another cross. Goes off of Declan Mee, out for a corner. Fourth of the game for Babson. Could this be the moment from a set play for the Beavers? 8.5 minutes left. Looking for a winner in regulation. Players stacked around the penalty spot. Samuel Kalishman twirls it in. The heads rise. It was Lyndon Way. Couldn't get anything towards the net, but he was the lone head on it. Rainford's pass goes astray. Babson has looked the more likely here in the second half of the offensive struggles, sticking out once again. Right wing has been the spot. Kalishman cross denied. Declan Mee concedes another corner, fifth of the game for Babson. Once again, it's Samuel Kalishman to it. to the near post. Getting to it was Keenan. Kalishman is onside. Has a second chance. Now Medito through traffic, flickered around. Still with Kalishman. No entry into the box with these crosses from out wide, but another corner. 3 in quick succession for Babson with under 7 to play in regulation. More depth on this one. Kaywood rises. Thought about getting it to it a second time. The foul outside of the box as Keenan was tripped up. David Bowes took his legs out from underneath him. So be a free kick in a dangerous location. They go quick, low cross in, Rainford diving for it, cleared off the line, off the crossbar. The heads rise. Now Mancini spins it wide.
Entering for Suffolk, number 10, Trevor Murdoch.
Babson inches away on 2 moments. A ball cleared off the line, off the crossbar. The Beavers really sensing it now. Dugan, good stop and start for Medito. It bounced underneath him. Rainford's second layer. Cross in. Dugan, good first touch. The shot was always wayward. Tom Bennett. Header was one in midfield. Lorenzo Mancini, he has really stood out. Indirect feed, Medito was too outward to make a delicate run at it. Shamar Rainford. Nice control. Hanlon was brought down from behind. They wanted another quick restart. They'll change the plan of attack out for Linden Way. Jack Dugan to the end line, low ball in. Suffolk really committing defensively as we're under 4 minutes to play. They have been under siege in this last 10 minutes. Samuel Kalishman tests his effort. Same from Bennett, was right at the keeper. Shots are now 19-3. 4 on net for Babson. Lorenzo Mancini comes in for support of Dugan. Noah LaBelle out wide. LaBelle puts the ball in. Hanlon thought he could get on the end of it as it was slowed down from Trevor Murdoch, the co-captain, back in the game. Whistle by LaBelle. Stymie the counterattack. We're under 3 minutes. .244 to go. First header was won. Tommy Handelsman. Handelsman ran into two white jerseys, and Shamar Rainford coming away with it. Rainford bumped off the ball. A little bit of extracurriculars. Pierre Willis. And Willis will be substituted. TJ Masalik for the first time. Masalik, freshman from Sutton, Massachusetts. Won a Massachusetts D4 state title as a junior. Any moment now would be the winner. Handelsman gets it in. Deflected in behind by Ben Kaywood. A corner for Suffolk with 100 seconds left. They've been pinned back defensively this entire half. Have a chance on a set play to win it. Taj Jensen whips it in. And Dugan first one to it. Not out of harm's way yet. Medito able to win it free. Rodrigo Medito up for LaBelle. A heavy touch. Teams trading possession. Trevor Murdoch. Now for Sorensen. It was a numbers advantage momentarily for the Rams. For under a minute to play. Sorensen clips it to the back post. And no one there to accept the invite. Shamar Rainford only gets an option in the form of Rodrigo Medito. Give it away. Handelsman in the final 30 seconds. Masalik bumped hard. Eamon Keenan with no regard with 20 to go. Be a long throw from Edward Abuzed. Into the box, the header is won. Kaywood heroically Johnny on the spot, as that will run out regulation. 90 minutes, no goals, nothing to split Babson and Suffolk for the third straight game. The Beavers will head to overtime, and will take an extra time to maybe find a winner. Stick with us. 20 minutes left here at Hartwell Rogers. 90 minutes was not enough to produce a winner between Babson and Suffolk. Overtime it is for the third straight game for the Beavers. 1-0 loss in double overtime against Tufts, scoreless draw against Clark. The Beavers have been snake-bitten offensively as of late, really all season. 2 10-minute overtime periods. Will it be enough? Will it be another draw for Babson? Will either team find their golden moment here in the next 20 minutes? Samuel Kalishman darting through defenders. Errant pass out by Pajetsky. Couldn't connect with Elias Pereira. Player down the midfield is Edward Abuzed, freshman from Norton. He's a two-time Eastern Massachusetts All-Star. He collided immediately with Samuel Kalishman. Just 11 seconds into overtime, we'll have a momentary stoppage. So Edward Abuzed will walk off holding his right hamstring. Pierre Willis will take his spot. Lyndon Way has played some big moments here in this match. Get in for Radigan. Lorenzo Mancini, who's been a hound in the midfield. Thought he had the moment for Babson. He put a ball in the back of the net. It was whistled down. Beavers starting this first overtime period on the front foot. Dugan ball in, but Jetski able to win it. Both 36s clatter into each other. Zetai Rubin reads the situation well as Sorensen had a step on the back line. Foul on Liam Radigan. Going to set up body position against Trevor Murdoch. It's been a bruising effort here in this one for the co-captain. Second ball is one. Pierre Willis lets fly. And fly it did. Shamar Rainford spent a lot of time this season leading the attacking line, but occupied as a left and right back in this one. Samuel Kalishman in for Radigan, allowed to turn. Liam Radigan shot on the right foot. The curler inches away. Liam Radigan let fly from 25 yards out. Errant goal kick from Tom Bennett. Possession right back to Babson. Hanlon absorbs the pressure. Player down for Suffolk. It's Tommy Handelsman. Clashed 50-50 in the air with Liam Radigan. Radigan bravely putting his way out there. Have another injury stoppage, 7:02 left in the first overtime. Dominic Rinaldi will come back in after the injury to Tommy Handelsman. He'll shuffle around the back line for the Rams. Rinaldi will take the right back role, and Elias Pereira will fill the void left by Handelsman. Ahead for Masalik, was crunched into by Keenan to win it free for Sanderson. Shot bounced off of his foot. Handball, Lorenzo Mancini, outstretched right arm. It'll be a whistle and a Suffolk free kick. Pierre Willis puts it into the box on the second hop. Can always be awkward, but Itai Rubin with the positioning and the catch. Quickly restarted. Liam Radigan now for Kalishman. Two sophomores striding down this left wing. Tremendous change of play. Shamar Rainford, another second-year player, first year with the Beavers. Rodrigo Medito had a handful of crosses. And that right side is where Babson was building up numerous attacks. Eamon Keenan delayed. Radigan trying to wrestle for the ball. Go out of play. Belongs to Suffolk. Third overtime contest in a row for Babson. The first 8 games of this season were all figured out in 90 minutes. Keenan rises high. Mancini ran out of time. Protest there from Dai Pajetsky. Liam Radigan gets us going once again. Dugan, overlapping run. Lyndon Way cross in. Rinaldi will knock it out for a corner for Babson, their 7th. Well, with Liam and Hanlon and Eamon Keenan, 2 aerial threats and always a danger from set plays. Towering, decisive header by Brady Sorensen. Attack reloaded. Kalishman on his favored right foot. Kalishman, the curler, had none of that.
Entering for Suffolk, number 25, Edward Abuzet.
3:21 to go. Clock stopped here in overtime. Referee going over to the scorer's table. Rodrigo Medito. Shamar Rainford, good step in. Babson flurrying forward. Kalishman second best. Pierre Willis had the track. Taj Jensen, first time ball, looking for the run of Sorensen, but it's Itai Rubens who has good command of his box. A little bit too lackadaisical from Rainford. Referee played a momentary advantage. Take the foul on Radigan. Wasting no time out to Dugan. Dugan. Kalishman into the box. Kalishman jumps by one tackle. Had ran out of real estate. The ball went out. Kalishman barking his disagreement. Another dangerous-looking attack fizzles out for Babson with 2 minutes to go in the first overtime period. Babson 5-0 this year when scoring first. First goal here would seal the deal. Golden goal situation. The next 90 seconds can't find us a winner. It'll be one more 10-minute overtime. Lyndon Way filling into space. Way continues his run. To cross it by Pajetsky has had a strong defensive game. Dugan lets it go out for a throw. Headed up in the air, anyone's ball. Lyndon Way backed his way down at 6'3". Lorenzo Mancini, such a difficult player to take the ball from. Jack Dugan cuts in on the right foot, parried onto the post by Tom Bennett. Senior goalkeeper from Minnetonka, Minnesota, keeps the game alive. Fizzed in, Dugan once more. Kalishman on the right foot into the gut of Bennett, the hero here in overtime number one. Jack Dugan thought he had the game winner. They still might have it here. Samuel Kalishman onto the softball field. And that is that for the first overtime. Beavers with 3 golden opportunities in the final 30 seconds. No dice. Tom Bennett keeps the game alive. 10 minutes left. Will we find a winner in this scoreless contest? Second overtime here from Hartwell Rogers Field. 10 minutes left. Beavers with some of their best chances of the afternoon in the final minute of overtime number 1. Babson trying to get right back on the front foot, waste no time. If nothing finds the back of the net in the next 10 minutes, it'll be a draw. Be Suffolk's first of the year, Babson's second. For the Beavers, no thoughts of a draw in their mind, fully going for it. A couple of wrestling matches going on in midfield. Suffolk able to get the whistle in their favor. Well, we wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for the heroics from Tom Bennett, making a highlight reel stop at full extension to deny Jack Dugan. High into the box. Keenan got his head to it, but it was Sorensen keeping it alive. Giancarlo Arguello back out there. Liam Hanlon staying in his defensive midfield role. Masalik let it go. The whistle had already gone. Lyndon Way, it's been hard to take him off the field here. He's really stood out. Came in the first half. The left back position has commanded his time. Shots are 24-6. Babson's statistical domination. And all that matters is the scoreline. Right now it is empty. R.J. Perilla back out, take the spot of Shamar Rainford.
Back in for Babson, number 24, R.J. Perilla.
A build from the back. Eamon Keenan didn't start the game. Played every minute since coming in. He was the first substitution. Lyndon Way will track this one. Lyndon Way hoists it into the box. It falls for Hanlon outside of the boot. Another shot over the crossbar for Babson. No conviction in their finishing. The offensive struggles have continued. Beavers have taken hold of this game, but nothing to show for it yet. Suffolk putting 10 players behind the ball. Lyndon Way, not enough height on it. Samuel Kalishman. Kalishman from distance, inches wide. Kalishman has had some of the best looks of the game for Babson. That one would have had a gem to finish it. Arguello. Pereira, limited reinforcements. Samuel Kalishman, both goals against Western New England. A CCC foe who Suffolk just saw, Radigan. All he could to try and keep it in and taking out Trevor Murdoch in the process. 5 minutes left here. 5 minutes that could separate a win from a draw. Failed clearance from Way. Ben Kaywood steps in. Brady Sorensen causing him havoc. Babson throw. Liam Radigan loves to get on with it. Big piece to have back in the fold offensively. Goal and assist in the season opener. He's missed 5 games with injury. Eamon Keenan, his first action in 3 games. Robert Dunn takes it down. Lyndon Way, first time ball for Radigan, headed behind off a Suffolk head. A corner for the Beavers. Robert Dunn to it. Dunn ball in. Doing enough was Jack Phelps. Suffolk on the break. Ball ahead for Sorensen. Sorensen with the game on his foot. He squibs the shot. Had the angle down the left wing, but sent it well wide of Itai Rubin. Final 3 minutes of regulation. Radigan runs out of room here, and Babson running out of time. Giancarlo Arguello with intention. Dugan second layer. Rockets one into the box. Dugan to it, was bowling around, sent Declan Mee to the ground. The whistle goes with now 2 minutes left. Clock will stop with 1:58. Tom Bennett getting his shoes tied from the co-captain Trevor Murdoch. That's a leader. Suffolk and Babson, 1:58 left. Hanlon wins the header. Second ball falls to Suffolk. Massillot cleverly out wide. This is Elias Pereira. Samuel Kalishman, plenty of chances to end it. Jack Dugan, room to run. 90 seconds left. Arguello on the overlap. Is sent down, shoved down by Murdoch. A huge penalty shout. No ball in it. We play on. Samuel Kalishman over the top for Radigan, and Radigan couldn't poke home as Bennett had spilt it. It'll be a corner. There's an injured Ram in the box. Clock is still going. The linesman saying offside, but there's a player down with the goalie. Getting off the rails here. Clock finally stops at 1:03. So after the injury to Dai Podjetski, play on with a goal kick with 1:12 left. Hanlon misjudged the header. Up ahead by Abuzet. Anywhere will do for Suffolk. Under a minute to play in the game. Rodrigo Medito. Change of play for Dugan. 40 seconds. Dugan, long distance effort. It's blocked off by Dorian. Medito for Kalishman. Kalishman charges, low ball. And a corner here. 25 seconds, everyone getting forward for Babson. Plenty to aim at. Kalishman on the right foot. The header is sent over.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Suffolk will hold on. The resistance was not broken. It will be the second scoreless draw in a row for Babson. They fall to 6-3-2 in Suffolk. First tie of the year, 5-5-1. They stay at 500, but the goal-scoring woes continue for Babson. Now 3 games all at home without a goal. No statistical domination all afternoon. Shots were 28-7. Handful of chances for Babson to win it in regulation as well as overtime. But snake-bitten, another performance once again. Nothing to split Babson and Suffolk in the second all-time meeting. Babson returns to conference play Saturday on the road in New London as they take on Coast Guard. Back home October 16th against WPI. As Suffolk at home this Saturday, 4 p.m. against Nichols. Your final score one more time from Hartwell Rogers Field. Babson 0, Suffolk 0. Myself, Tyler Day, the rest of our crew here at the Babson Sports Network, thank you so much for joining us here on this Tuesday afternoon.